Hello, mini bike friends. Dan Przowski from allaboutminibikes.com, and I wanted to highlight the changing of mini bikes, not into mini cycles because they're both different, but the changes that went on as the needs and as the industry grew. And so, right here, I have a mini bike guide. So, that was the original magazine, Mini Bike Guide magazine, and this here happens to be May from 1970. And I'll talk a little bit more about that magazine, opposed to what, compared to what it changed to into MiniCycle Action. Now, at first it was Mini Bike Magazine, and then it changed for a while to MiniCycle / Mini Bike Guide, and then it just completely went to MiniCycle Magazine. So let's talk a little bit about that. In the Mini Bike Guide magazine, already here in 1970, you can see that this here trail jet, and MiniCycle made it, was a ramjet and a trail jet. You can see they were trying to duplicate a type of like a Honda Z50, but a less expensive because they put a Tecumseh motor in there. But you can see the changes already in here, because remember, the bikes really came out in the early 1960s. So, but most of the bikes in here were still mini bikes. Beautiful Hellcat power. That was a trick bike somebody built with dual rear wheels. But as you look for the advertisements in here, what you'll find is that they were basically all mini bikes. Loved the choppers, and there's such a variety because there were so many places making mini bikes at the time. You can see mini motocross, they call this. This was Bonanza. Start looking at that. It's changing. Still a mini bike, but you can see it's adapting to more of what we would call a mini cycle. So as we go through here, see if I can catch anything. They always had a lot of tech stuff in here. Magazine's getting old. It's very old, from 1970. So basically, most of the things covered in here, and the ads and everything in here, were for mini bikes. How'd you like to get one for 199 bucks, eh? I know, it was a lot more back then. But now we go over to the MiniCycle magazine. This is from 1975. Basically, a MiniCycle is literally a shrunk down motorcycle. And it changed rapidly because the bikes were actually very good. They were good, they were dependable, the motors were good, transmissions were great, they were being manufactured in a large scale. But everything changed here, and it just went from mini bikes to mini cycles and a lot of racing. And I'll admit, I was in there during that time, during that change. It was exciting to see this, and kids your age out there racing these bikes, which I couldn't afford. Barely afforded the mini bike that I had at the time. But they were beautiful bikes, and of course, it seemed like California was the mecca for all of this at the time. And our first real dirt bike we ended up having, we got in 1975, was a 1974 brand new Suzuki TM100. And as tame as it would seem nowadays, to us it seemed like it really ripped. But the changes happened, again, very, I don't say quickly, but they really did change fast when you look at it time-wise. But we used to love to go to Montgomery Ward's, Sears, Kmart, JCPenney, and just look at the mini bikes and sit on them. And but I guess it's part of this is just saying people kind of think of mini cycles as motorcycles, and they're shrunk down, and they're not the same as a mini bike. But if you grew up during that time, you kind of went along and liked the both of them. Anyway, I thought I'd kind of point that out to you. Interesting. I have a bunch of these magazines, not tons, but a bunch of them. Love to look at them. Love to take a look and see how things changed. And I've got some more great catalog that I'm going to end up making some video on, and I really think you'll like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have any comments, please share them down below. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and also please share with all your friends. Okay, let's keep the mini bike and the mini cycle action going. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.